Welcome to Let the Quran Speak. I'm here at Reviving the Islamic Spirit, and I'm with Sheikh Gamal Fouda. He's from New Zealand, visiting us all the way from there. Sheikh Gamal, welcome to Let the Quran Speak.
Thank you very much, and Kia everyone. And again, I repeat, is the indigenous language of New Zealand is Maori, and I say Kia to everyone. Hello, assalamu alaikum, and very nice to be here and to talk to you today.
Imam Gamal, I wanted to ask you about the impact of the attack in New Zealand in 2019 on the Muslim community and, in fact, on the whole New Zealand community. So let's start with, what was the Muslim community like before that attack?
For me, I give my experience. And before 15th of March, New Zealand for me was part of paradise. I loved it. And I became New Zealander. And my children born in New Zealand, and my daughter is 19 now. And I lived there for 20 years. And before the attack, I never imagined that something like this will happen. And when I heard about Quebec attack, it was for me just, why this is happening? This is something very strange. Who are these people and what they want? Why this is happening? And I arrived in New Zealand actually after September 11. Mm-hmm. And it was really hard for me to actually, I thought that there is a stereotyping over there and people are very bad. If they recognize me as Imam, I will be hurt, by somebody. But I found out that they are beautiful people. They are nice people. They are very compassionate. They are very, they are far away from all those sort of problems around the world. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And they are very good people, and that's how I perceived in New Zealand before the attack. And that's why even during the attack, when I saw something cracking in the corridor of the mosque, I couldn't believe my eyes that this is something. What is this? Is this fireworks? Mm-hmm. What is this? And then I only realized after I heard the very terrible thing of the noise of the firearm in the mosque, and the mosque is shaking, and people are flying everywhere. Mm-hmm.
So were you confused about what was going on?
I was really confused, mm-hmm. and I couldn't believe my own eyes. Mm-hmm. I couldn't believe what the people are saying. And I was standing, I kept standing for like a while. Mm-hmm. I couldn't believe it. Mm-hmm. This is New Zealand. Mm-hmm. It is the most safest place ever that I know in my life. Mm-hmm. So when I saw the nameless person, the killer, the terrorist, I saw him killing people in front of me. That's when I realized that it is something real. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't believe that these bullets, simple bullet, is going to kill people. This something is going to, are these people dying? Are they going to die? Mm-hmm. Is this real? Mm-hmm. Couldn't believe it.
So did you fear for your life? How did you respond?
I sat down.
You sat down?
Yeah, and I sat down. And if it happens, that is when the example, they listen. When there is an active shooting, you need to go to the ground. Mm-hmm. And if you want to flee the place, you need to crawl, don't stand up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that is when all the people who stood and ran, they actually, they become shaheed. And may Allah bless them and put them in Al-Jannah. May Allah bless the shuhada of also Quebec Mosque and put them in Al-Jannah, inshallah.
Mm-hmm. So how did this attack impact the Muslim community?
The initial thought was that I didn't know there was a video live streamed by the terrorist who actually wanted to divide New Zealanders. He wanted to spread hate. And I didn't know that. Only 4 days later, I found out there was a video. Yeah. And the people from all over the world, they came to us and I said, what's happening? Are we very important? We are very important people. And the people from New Zealand, from our neighbors, the police, the prime minister, the ministers, MPs, and city council, and the neighbors and the community, they flocked into our mosque and they embraced us. Mm-hmm. For the whole week, we got really busy with everything that need to be done. We wanted to bury the shuhada. Mm-hmm. We wanted to do the best thing for the Muslim community. And I found myself in the middle of all this. And one particular imam came from Australia, and he actually gave me light, gave me the power, the superpower.
What did he say? Did he say something to you?
He said that, he said, who is going to give the speech in the next Friday? Mm-hmm. I said, I don't know. how come you're the imam of the mosque? I said, but I'm very tired and I didn't sleep. I couldn't
You
sleep.
must have been traumatized.
Very
right?
traumatized. And my eyes just flowing with tears without even intentional, unconsciously. And then he told me that the whole world is going to listen to you. If anyone in the world, you are the new prophet. If you don't speak, no one is going to listen. The message, if it comes from you, is going to have the beautiful effect because you are in the middle of all this.
Yes.
So you need to stand up. You need to speak. He came on Thursday and he took me out from the police and securities, and we're talking with the government and what to do in the next Friday and how are we going to open the mosque and how is the mosque is going to be ready, where are we going to pray. And I actually did the planning in Hagley Park because we knew that thousands of people will be there. And we knew that the media of the world will be there. So he said, you are the imam of the imams. You are the emir of Muslims. You need to stand up. You need to stand up. You need to give the speech.
So this was a growing opportunity for you.
Yes. So I went with him to the hotel, and we had even some Omar Suleiman. He was there. He was there with us when I was preparing my speech, and they helped me as well. And I practiced it 50 times.
Wow.
And there was a psychological doctor there who actually supported me, and they said we need to do it. We are able to do it. We need to send the message to the world. The Muslims are not terrorists. They are the good people, and the small number of people out there who actually misrepresent Islam, whether in the media or they claiming to be Muslims and they kill innocent people. We need to prove that this is wrong. And as Islam told us that we are the torch bearers of peace and love to the world. We need to guide people. We need to actually send the message of Allah and the message of God to all people around the world.
So I'm hearing you saying that Muslims supported you in this difficult moment, Muslims from all over the world. So that's very moving to hear.
So this actual support of the people who flocked into our mosque, they actually supported us and they helped us to stand again. And especially me as Imam, I have to stand, although I'm traumatized, but there is a message, there is a duty. I have to fulfill my duties as a leader to actually tell the Muslim community, no, we need to actually repel hate with love and stand our tall and say that we can lead people, not even to get the support, but we offer support to the New Zealand community because they also traumatized with us. And we are one community, we are one nation. We stand together against hate. And these people who want to divide us, they are not going to be successful. They fail. And hate will never overpower love.
And how Sheikh, did the Muslim community respond to these attacks in the long term? Have they come out stronger? Have they come out weaker?
Now, we are human. And of course, these things will affect the people. But the most important thing is that not even a bad reaction from a Muslim anywhere in New Zealand. So we set the model of how to actually show people, the whole world, to show them that this is the true Islam, that they need to learn about. It is not the mixture of bad ideas about Muslims and Islam in the media. I'm talking about the bad media. There are good media out there.
Of course.
And we need to make use of this platform to actually send the message of peace, connectedness and unity, togetherness of the whole world, that you are my brother from a different mother.
Yes.
We are all one family. We need to support each other and share the planet in peace together. Like one family, big whānau, as they say in Maori, the indigenous language of New Zealand. We are one family. We are big whānau of the whole humanity. We need to work together for the benefit of all people of different background, of different ethnic background, of different faith and different race or no faith. Faith or no faith.
Yes.
We need to stand together and work together for the benefit of all humanity, regardless of all different background or language or race.
How can the Muslim community support you, Sheikh? the Muslim community all over the world. I understood that they supported you right after the attack. Is there
That's
anything
one
that
of
they
the
could do?
difficult things to do. To support me individually. Is actually, it's very hard, although I'm standing tall, but from inside, I feel the pain. I feel that there should be support for the leaders. You need to support them to spread the message. You need to stand with them.
Yeah.
And actually, even after the attack, 2 years after, the mosque, although $27 million came to the victims, the shuhada family and the injured, but as an imam, even the salary of the imam, the mosque cannot afford the salary of imam. I had to go, and I'm still part-time, and I do Friday, and I do Saturday and Sunday, and the media and social support for the community and the family support. But I'm now doing another job because I have to support my family, and I have to actually this is something that I've got a message, and I have to continue this message. And this is what the Muslim community need to support their local imams. They need to support them. They need to support the family so that they can actually continue their message.
Thank you so much, Sheikh, for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we wish you all the best. To make dua for you.
Meet you and the people of Canada, and Alhamdulillah, this very inspiring journey for me in Canada.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for all the people of Canada.
Our videos reach people all over the world. We hope you will seize the opportunity to share in the reward from God. Please support us today.